Hey everybody, welcome back to So You Want to Live in Bahia. Thanks for tuning in. If this content helps you out, do me a favor and like and subscribe. So today's a quick video about Reiki, or as it's pronounced here, Heiki, which also I sometimes refer to as a glass curtain because I think Heiki might be a word that's used in Salvador but not in other parts of Brazil, because sometimes Brazilians don't know what I'm talking about. But everyone in Salvador knows what you're talking about when you say Heiki. So Heiki is the glass curtain that closes off your veranda, and then it's nice because you have an apartment that's maybe not very big and it gives you more space. You can sort of extend your living room out all the way to the balcony. And then when you want to, you open up the curtain, the glass curtain, the Heiki, and then you have a veranda again. But it's a way for you to use the veranda with nice furniture that you don't really have to worry about. This is the idea, correct? And it'll be amazing, and yay, do it. So spoiler alert, I don't like Heiki. I don't like it. I find that they still haven't figured out a way to easily open and close. There's a lot of times there's problems with opening and closing Heiki. So if you're ever in an apartment like that, what you need to do is you actually really kind of need to grab on with both hands and move it along. Sometimes it gets stuck. There's maintenance involved with Heiki, so you have to make sure it's getting lubricated. Stop. English. You know what I'm talking about. You need to put like Vaseline on the tracks of it. Usually I pay someone to do that so I know that it's done correctly. And you know, a lot of times, because if you have a sea view, you're right in front of the ocean, then they're going to get the salitre, the salt, that's going to sort of make everything rusty. I don't like that they're not easy to open, and I think that it gives people a false sense of security that, oh, look, I can leave like really nice furniture out on my veranda because I have Heiki. But the fact of the matter is that like a lot of times on a nice day, you don't want to close the Heiki because it's so nice. So you leave it open, and so now the elements are coming in and they are destroying your furniture. And then there's the cost of it, and I don't think it's particularly cheap. Another thing with Heiki, I would really try to avoid really large pieces of it because in general, I've noticed that any sort of window, veranda door, whatever it is, if it's a really big door, that it's too much work for the tiny wheels, and then it always ends up having problems. In general, I don't like Heiki. I will say, though, there was these really bad winds here, and in a newer apartment, the winds and the rain were coming in, and it ruined the ceiling of the apartment, and that ended up falling. It's a problem with newer construction. There was no it was just drywall on top, so it wasn't reinforced. There was no wiring there. There's no wire there to connect it to. So that problem's been resolved now. The problem maybe would have never happened if there was Reiki. But I just think that if you have Reiki, it feels like you really miss out on having a veranda, because I think that at best maybe you open some of the windows, you don't open all of them. Or if you do open all of them, now all your stuff is getting destroyed. And if you could electronically open and close these glass windows, wow, that would be a totally different story. But that's not the case. So I have a lot of opinions about Heiki. I would say no. Do it if you want, but I don't know. I keep waiting for the technology to get better because to this day, I'm still not impressed with Heiki. All right, that's my 2 cents. Hey, if you like Heiki, leave a comment in the comment section explaining why. And if you don't like it, leave a comment also explaining why. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Beijos!